What is going on, guys? The Difference is All Gaming with my review of Seraph of the End, episode 7. And this episode, it was pretty simple for the most part. Not that much happened, to be honest with you, but we did get introduced to a new character. But the episode itself, it starts off with, once again, usually having this bad dream of Mika asking him, why did he leave him behind? But obviously, this right here was the work of this demon, who name I forgot at the moment, but we do see now, once again, she was gonna tell you that obviously like something is definitely in him, and we do get a quick glimpse of that, but when you actually wakes up, he was not actually bothered by his dream, and that right there was interesting because he continue on like it was a normal day, and we see him now get dressed, and you was definitely used to going to school, because at first we saw him grab his school uniform, but starting today though, he does not have to do it anymore because he is now part of of the Moon Demon Company, which means that he can now go out and and finally kill these vampires that he wanted to do for like the last 4 years. But we see now that once he got dressed up, he actually was thinking about Mika, and we see now that he kept that gun that they stole off that, noble vampire a few years back. But once, you have set out, he actually captured with Shinoa, and obviously now because, they're part of a team, she will also wear her uniform. And like seeing the uniform, to me, it definitely looks pretty cool. Like, I definitely prefer the uniform, over the school ones, obviously. But we see now that once they had once they had boarded some train and went to some gate, they were of course stopped by these guards. And when these guards find out that they were a part of this elite force, of course they will all be shocked. But now we see now that when it finally went out, we saw some girl arguing with Goran. And this girl name is Mitsuba, and apparently, she was upset because, well, she was not upset that she was joining a squad full of newbies. She was mainly upset because she was not the leader, and Shinoa was actually picked over her. And so for some reason, Mitsuba definitely hates Shinoa, and we have no idea why. And we even see now that Shinoa can get under her skin so easily, and we saw the two about to clash after they pulled out their weapons. And Mitsuba's weapon, I'm not really sure how to describe it. It's like some kind of hook blade, but it looks more like an axe. So actually, I'll probably with that. Her weapon is like some kind of axe, but to me, its design, it is very unique, and I am digging that. But obviously, these two couldn't fight seriously because they now have to work as a team, and Goran, of course, had to step in and stop them. And so now we see now that their first mission, what they had to do was, go to this settlement that was obviously being controlled by vampires, and had to free all the people, and then after that, they could finally make their way to Jinchuku, where obviously you become face to face with Mika. So obviously, they're trying, to keep along this, this faded meetup or reunion, so to say, as long as possible. But we do see that Mitsuba, she had wanted to test you, because obviously girl was saying that once outside these walls, they must stay the team and they cannot break formation. But he is so hard-headed and reckless, most of the time he would not listen. And we see now that when Mitsuba had kicked them, I thought for sure her kick was going to connect, because we have seen you time and time again, get so abused by the characters, but this time no, he actually caught her leg, and that right there surprised me some. But now we see that while they were out, while they're on the mission, we see now that Mitsuba, I'm not gonna lie, she came off kind of a hard ass. I'm pretty sure people definitely noticed that, because she act, so stuck up and so superior, because she was trying to make sure that their egos, would get huge while keeping her own that way. But eventually, while they were out walking, they do come across this girl who was running from in 4 Horsemen of John, and this one definitely looked a lot different from the one that we've seen previously, because this one was blue and white, but the other one I'm pretty sure was just pure white, or they had some black in there. But we see now he had wanted to go in there and save this girl, but Mitsuba was like trying to stop him because obviously, it was a trap. But you here being the good guy that he is, there was just no way he could sit by and watch that girl die because obviously, she was going to die if they didn't do anything because that four horsemen had definitely trapped her in. But you finally had enough because he could never abandon someone again, and he had went in there, and we see now that he did manage to actually knock back the four horsemen. But obviously that right there was a trap, and we saw the vampires come out as well. And so not only that, we see now that while they were all fighting, some kind of marking, appeared, on Yu's body. And I'm not gonna lie, from how dark he looked and from the way, those marking looked to me, I have to say that it reminded me of Sasuke, from Naruto. I'm not sure if anyone started that, but to me, it definitely, came off as that way. But we see now, all the other characters pretty much, got to do the action with that, except for Shinoa, because we saw Kimi with those, with those dual swords. He had took out, like the horsemen, and we have Yoichiro. He also, took out his tail, and I'm definitely glad to see that our characters are definitely getting, very good to the weapons because obviously, they will need it. And of course, we have Mitsuba. She also used her axe to cut it in half, I believe. But obviously, these vampires, they are definitely no joke, and we even see now that even you. Even though he is definitely not as skilled as Goran, with his sword, he can definitely hold his own. And we see now that eventually, they came to a standstill because these vampires knew that they were all using curse gear. And so we see now, that they were going to retreat, but not before we had wanted to make, this very rude comment, calling them, livestock. And that right there, just you off the edge because you just saw him, producing this murdering aura, and that's why, the vampires got a bit scared. But now we see now, while they have retreated, we have the others, taking that girl to safety. And so we see now, once we were back at base, we had Mitsuba actually, slapping you because not only did he, disobey orders and broke their formation, but he also could have got them killed because that right there was a trap. But luckily not all was bad because we do see Mitsuba, had a very nice side to her when she had, comfort that girl because now she is safe, luckily. And so we see now, in this shower scene, we learn more about Mitsuba past as where she was exactly like you, where she had once rushed in there and she had got her comrades killed because she broke formation. And so now we see why she comes down so hard on you, because she see herself in him, because obviously she is definitely a lot more experienced. But the friendship or whatever you want to call it between Mitsuba and Shinoa, it is definitely hilarious, especially that shower scene where she had came in there, and tackled her. But now we have Kimi, wanting to ask the girl more questions about the area she was captured in, and luckily, she does tell them. And so now apparently, these vampires, they are raising humans apparently, which is definitely, a bit odd. But we see, that at the rest of the episode, the little bit that was left, it was pretty much them walking, to the vampire, stronghold, whatever. And we see now that their plan is to ignore all the humans because they all have demons of the Black Series as their curse gear. It is possible that they can't kill all the vampires, and make it better that they can't do this, without getting a scratch. So hopefully, use the listen so can do the job properly, because I would love to see all the characters, go in, and I would definitely love to see, how far they have become. But I do wonder, how long Shinoa will be the leader, because it is possible that, you can finally mature and grow up, and one day he might take over, you never know. But like I said, the episode is over. It was decent at best because not much happened except for, you know, Mitsuba, you know, like being really introduced. And of course we saw our characters, you know, show off their girl a little bit more. And so for that, I'll probably give the episode maybe a 7.5 out of 10. But of course, I'd love to get your guys' thoughts on this. My bad. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps me out. And you guys take it easy. I will see you all next time.